Okay, so the floor is open for questions. Anyone, any questions on the chat or online? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have the chat here. So anyone online, any questions? Can we hear people online if they come in?
And a lot of chatting, but not questions.
Okay, so there were a lot of questions about access to some of the data and tutorials, and I think some of it was has been put on the chat. So you're welcome to click on those links. I believe you have to register, but it's all free. In any case, if you want, so here's one question: are suspended sediment concentration from Aris NG available yet? The answer would be yes. If you
pre-Delta X data available online, and there's also VT data from the.
Okay, so yes, if you go on the ORNL website, you can search for those data sets and they're already available. Yes?
Yeah, I have another question. Yes. What's the time growing season?
Let me repeat the question first for the. So the question here was about the availability of the Aris NG data for pre-IDA and post-IDA collection, because Aris NG flew before and after the hurricane, so there's possibility to do some impact, hurricane impact. So and Daniel Jensen will answer the question here.
Yes, the
There are more questions.
Yeah, so the August data that Everest collected, that was collected over like August 20 to 25th, something like that. And then Ida hit, so we scuttled everything, but it basically completed its mission. And then we came back at the end of September, and then it did a full collection of all those vegetation boxes again over a few days, I think September 20 something. It depends where. We haven't really dug into much analysis on the post-IDA data set yet. That's still forthcoming. We've been focusing on the main data set. But anecdotally, just from our field work at that time around the Atchafalaya and the Western Terrebonne, we didn't see much impact there. But in the Eastern Terrebonne and Western Barataria, that's where the hurricane damage was most felt. And so we'll be definitely doing some more comparisons there in the future. Yeah, we have one box that straddles like the Port Fourchon Grand Isle area, which is coincidentally right where like the eye went up. So that'll be a really interesting data set to dig into more.
Great. We also saw a bunch just to the northeast of there, Delta Farms. There's a big swamp just a little bit east of Bayou.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to contact you in the future when we're looking at the data set more and probably getting your input on what to look for.
There's another question.
Let's see, it says you reported overall above ground biomass predictive stats, but do you see differential predictive ability of above ground biomass by vegetation type? That's a good question. Also haven't really dug into that to see the statistics by vegetation type. The vegetation type map we just finished producing, so we could look at how the performance varies over those different classes. But for the machine learning model that we trained, it's just based on all of the herbaceous vegetation together.
So Edward may be able to add something to this last question.
Yeah, so if Edward has anything to add, feel free to chime in.
What was the question?
So do we see differential predictive ability of above ground biomass by vegetation type?
Well, it's hard to forecast that because we only sample 2 seasons, you know, the spring and the fall, and we only have 1 year, so we don't have long-term changes in vegetation. So also we have within each site it's a multi-species composition. Some of the sites like 421 and 322, which are the saline sites, are basically dominated only by Spartina alterniflora. But we cannot forecast that only with 1 year of data.
Any more question? Maybe what I could add with respect to the pre and post IDA data collection is that was not really part of the Delta X mission. So that was somewhat of a bonus collection funded by NASA, but there's no analysis of the data set. But it's there for you guys to use. It's
All L2B. So
Yeah.
we have the same mosaics produced.
yeah, it's all the same mosaics. It's ready to be used, but it's not. It's not really part of Delta X itself. Yeah, it's still very good 5-ish meter resolution data, same quality. So. Okay, any more questions online about hydrodynamics? Oh, the main channel of the no. So Delta X focuses on the 2 basins which we chose because they represented different vulnerabilities to sea level rise, because Terrebonne is losing land and the Atchafalaya is gaining land. So we were looking for representativity, and we did not include the main Mississippi channel. The main Mississippi channel is definitely also an interesting one, and hopefully we can expand there in the future, and hopefully also with the SWOT mission and the NISAR mission, which NASA will launch in January, we'll be able to expand to other areas of the Mississippi River Delta, as well as other deltas around the world. So yeah, that's all I can say about the Mississippi River channel itself. OM2D is available in the fall. Okay, so that's an answer. Okay, any more questions here from the audience in person? Okay, so I think this is it for the Open Data Workshop. I would just like to thank very much Yang Zhang and our host Sergio Fagorazzi for organizing this Open Data Workshop. Thank you very much. And also thank you to Matt and Yoshi for hosting us at the ORNL DAC. So you've been doing a great job. Thank you very much for your help. And lastly, thank you very much to Sarah Flores for all the data management, our world famous Delta X data manager. So thank you very much.